Hey, what's up? How's it going? Sorry, I should start closer on time. It's 4:07. The show is slated to start at 4. I got a ladder in my background. It's kind of distracting. This show will never be perfect. Imperfection. How's everybody doing? Friday night. It's Friday. I have somebody coming to visit. Not a friend of my wife, a friend of Katie's. So that'll be for the next little while. So I had to prepare for that, get the house cleaned up and so forth. Hopefully I can act normal. How are you guys doing? Are you guys doing good? All right. So I got lots of clips today. I have the robot stuff from Elon Musk. And Elon Musk's stock was way down today. They didn't like the robot unveiling. But I will tell you, it does seem he makes it sound like the future is pretty close. When somebody gets these robo taxis to work right, then it's game over pretty much. But I think there'll be more than Elon Musk doing it because Google's got a car too, Waymo. So yeah, this self-driving car thing though, I've been talking about it for a long time. It's definitely the future just because it's going to be cheaper. Like you won't have to pay hardly as much for insurance because they won't crash hardly. And that means, yeah, you'll have a lower insurance bill. And then eventually they'll have roads that are dedicated to self-driving cars, maybe. I don't know. Or you'll be able to retrofit the technology to an existing automobile by strapping on some cameras and some sensors and stuff. Matt Hatter says, sounds terrifying. I don't trust it. Yeah, I know. That's the view. That has been the view of most of my listeners, is most people aren't interested in driving in a self-driving car. But my brother has a Tesla, and he's used the full self-drive. He's got that activated, and he said it works pretty well. So I think it's right now. It's Cat says you own nothing and love it. Apparently, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what he's saying. Is there will be like he compared it. He says it's a combination of Airbnb and Uber, right? Like, so somebody will own the cars. Tesla will own some of the cars, but you can have private individuals owning cars that then they rent out to drive around and pick people up and take them on taxi rides. And you think once the technology is deployed, it would be a lot cheaper than a human being. And basically, it's just going to put. I mean, the truth of it is like there won't be any more jobs. I don't know what's going to happen. Do you guys? There will not be more jobs, and there won't be jobs for people. Not the jobs they've become accustomed to doing for the last 10,000 years. I mean, the first use of artificial intelligence is going to be commercial, I would think. I mean, the use of like robotics and stuff. There'll be people who can afford it to plow the fields, pick the straw, They're already adding as much automation as possible to farming, but farming, then bartending, we got the robot bartender pouring drinks for people from this thing. Somebody would do it. The first people to buy these aren't going to be people who want them to do chores around their house, probably because they'll be pretty expensive too. But imagine you go to a bar, the bartender's a robot. You don't have to tip them. Although you could. But yeah, I'll show you some of the videos from it. I watched the whole presentation. It was like 23 minutes. I watched the whole thing. Elon is weird, but he's got his eyes on I mean, he does know the future, I think. He does. He has some stupid projects. I used to be really anti Elon Musk. Well, because of the whole Mars thing. Like, I don't think we can go there. Hi, Tina Cora Johnson, who says, do I think Trump will win? Yes, that's what it's looking like right now. it is looking like Trump will win because Kamala's kind of on a downward trajectory, and she's had some bad viral moments. Mainly the one where she said she wouldn't do anything differently. Like, she has no answer for that question. And even Tim Walz was asked the same question, and he didn't answer it either. I think that's like not a nail in the coffin or anything. I mean, things can change. But right now, the momentum is on Trump's side. But they rigged the election last time? Well, believe that if you will. Let's say they did. They probably rigged the election in 2016 too then, right? So, and he still won in 2016. And there, the polls weren't really close. There were a few polls that told the real story the first time. But then this time, I mean, he's just polling better than last time. And I just happened to see, I'm a dummy, right? I have to believe in some things. Even though the polls are wrong, I don't think they're fake. I think they undersample for Trump support because people are still like embarrassed to admit to anybody over the phone that they support Donald Trump. In some cases, some people, I don't know. He's just always overperformed in polls. So now the betting odds are in his favor. Let's see. Am I getting it live? Betting odds are now in his favor, both on Polymarket and on PredictIt. So I think he's going to win. I bet on Biden last time. Do you guys want me to make a bet? I could, just for the sake of it. For some reason, though, I can't. I have my crypto wallets in Chrome, and I can't load Polymarket in Chrome. So anyway, Tina Cora Johnson says, do I believe in Q? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was one of the first original debunkers of QAnon. Actually, way back in the day. People hated me for it. But I think then everybody grew to realize it was some kind of a psyop. Q is a psyop. Psyop. Speaking of psyops, welcome to the show. Okay, Q musical intro. Boy, that's brilliant. I do think some things in the world are real. Like you guys. You guys are real. Most of you. Most of my listeners, I think, are not just in my head. I think I have the metrics to prove it. You've taken a leap of faith today. What is that sound? And I apologize if you take offense. I'm a little offended myself. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the future. What it is, joining you live from sunny California. It's a beautiful day today. I'm your host, Nathan Stoltman, and I bring you the news, the real news. I used an AI-assisted title today because I was like, oh, okay, let's try that. It came up. I think because it's something I'm synced up to. It's called vidIQ that like can help you with your videos, give you insights and stuff. So I had originally written the title as Elon Musk previews robot future, Kamala caught using teleprompter at town hall. It was very factual. But then it suggested Elon Musk shocking robot future versus Kamala town hall fail or something like that. She got caught, like she was on Univision giving a town hall and teleprompter came up. You can see they've shifted the camera to behind her and she's reading off a teleprompter, it appears. I'll show you that right now. Kat says, Nate, why don't you do a no pressure retail job or work from home office stuff or something low key? Yeah, I'll have to figure that out. I do need to do something low key. Event or wait until I can clear my criminal background and drive for Uber Eats or something. I might do that. I can clear my background in January. So then I can get a job at driving. I actually enjoy the delivery driving. Although my last job definitely did pay way, but it's kind of bad that I lost my job. But I was having trouble. So what can you say? All right. Kamala Harris was never qualified for her job. Tina Cora Johnson says, were the hurricanes weather modification? I don't think so. Why would they do that? I don't know. I don't know what the end game is of destroying stuff with storms. I get the end game for making it rain. I get the end game for trying to reflect the sun, like with persistent contrails or something. I get the end game of seeding clouds for sure. I understand that. But then using it as a weapon against yourself, that's a little, I don't know. Because it costs, I don't know. Like the question is, why would they do that? I guess I don't get the why. Just because they're evil and want people to suffer. Here, check this out. Here's the teleprompter.
Victim of crime. Are you a Republican? Are you a Democrat?
She's not looking at it.
The only question I ever asked
but there it
is.
Okay? You can see it.
And
right
sadly,
here.
We have seen over the last
so
2
I can't
weeks
read the words
since Hurricane Helene,
and then they shut it off.
Are you a Republican? Are you a Democrat?
So anyway, that's it. She's there, and there's
the only question I ever asked is, are you okay?
So I wonder, the people selected to give questions were pre-screened. I saw that because Michael Tracy said he wasn't allowed to get close to them to interview them. The people who are pre-selected. So anyway, there she is, though, reading. I mean, hard to say whether she's reading or not. She was looking away from it. She wasn't looking into the camera. She's looking at the guy. So I can't say for sure. You guys can look. See how she's looking off to the right? The teleprompter stuff. But she did have a teleprompter. So
crime. Are you
regardless, it's facing her.
Are you a Democrat? The only question I ever asked is, are you okay? And sadly, we have seen over the last 2 weeks since her.
There you go. And then they shut it off. Oh, I meant to bring myself a drink. That's all right. I have plenty of video where I can grab a drink. Pandora Wake says, which app? I was doing it for DoorDash. And then I had an incident with the law and they cut me off. And I don't know if I can like reapply with them. So I would do it with Uber Eats, I guess, or something. But that'll clear off in January. Yeah, I might end up doing that. No, it's not very much. It's not very sophisticated, but I did enjoy it when I did it. Then, okay, so there was that going on. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I'll show you this. This is literally an ad. This is apparently an ad for Democrats, for men. Apparently it's real and not fake. Not a deep fake. Let's see if the sound's working. Here, check this out.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, man.
And I'm man enough.
I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Man enough to deadlift 500, then braid the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast. I ain't afraid of bears.
That's what bear hugs are for.
I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use IVF to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
They want to be childless cat ladies?
Have all the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Because I'm man enough to support women.
Man enough to know what kind of donuts I like.
Man enough to admit I'm lost, even when I refuse to ask for directions.
Man enough to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
Or one of those pants books that the sisters like.
I'm man enough to raw dog a flight. It sucked. Not worth it.
I'm man enough to be emotional in front of my wife.
What does he say? Raw dogs a what? That just seems kind of To raw dog a what?
Pants books that the sisters like.
I'm man enough to raw dog a flight. It sucked.
Flight?
Not worth it.
I'm man enough to be emotional in
Flight?
front of my wife.
In front of my
What does that
kids.
mean?
In front of my horse.
I'm man enough to tell you that I cry at Love Actually.
Goodwill Hunting.
West Side Story.
That and Predator.
And I'm sick of so-called men domineering, belittling, and controlling women just so they can feel more powerful.
That's not how my mama raised me.
I love women.
I love women who support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
Women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
Do you believe that? That is some crazy shit. Yeah, that's apparently genuinely a Harris Waltz ad directed at men because there is a big gender gap. I wonder if I can show you a poll showing the gender gap. That would be interesting. Let me Google search that and see if I can find it. Poll gender gap presidential. Let's see. Here's what polls show about gender gaps. Gender becoming biggest voting indicator sparks concern. And then Obama was out telling brothers, he said, the brothers don't like Kamala. Here's what polls show about gender gaps. Yeah, Obama was out in Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh telling brothers that they need to stop being sexist and vote for a woman. Okay, the poll found 51% of male registered voters supporting Trump and 43% supporting Harris. Among female registered voters, it's reversed. 52% of female registered voters support Harris, while 43% support Trump. So there is a gender gap, which, I mean, I guess you can understand. You identify with your sex, with your own sex sometimes. I don't know. Certainly could be something. Yeah, Obama tried to scold men for not supporting a woman. He was trying to scold people in his speech. Let me see. Let's see if I can find it. I have him speaking to black guys. I'll show you that. Eventually, later in the show, we'll get to the robots. Here he is, talking to black guys about how they're not excited to vote for Kamala. Oops, sound's out. Hold on. This StreamYard isn't perfect, I guess. Stop screen. Present, share screen. Okay, here we go. All right, I'll play this.
Is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences. He's had to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land.
There you go. I wish it was longer, actually. I would have kept listening to it. So he's telling the black guys, hey, she knows what's up. She went to Howard, right? It's supposed to be a good school. A historically black college. I think she went to Howard. So Donald Trump did that thing where he said, oh, is she even black? But she has been identifying as black, at least since college. I grabbed a sugar-free Red Bull. I thought, you guys can tell me, because Katie told me, she's like, that stuff's got to be bad for you. I was like, I don't know. It's got vitamin B and I don't get I get the sugar-free, which still somehow has 20 calories. I don't know where the calories come from. So yeah, he's telling them they ain't black. Oh, and look at those signs that just say black voters for Harris Walls, black voters for Harris Walls. It is interesting. The Democrats say that Republicans are very divisive and like want to divide people into racial groups and stuff. And then they do this thing where it's like black guys for Harris Walls and then white guys for Harris. I mean, they literally did have white guys for Harris. Like everyone, it's like you have to identify with a specific demographic or something. People are mixed in their feelings about Red Bull. It's got taurine and vitamin B and stuff. I don't know. So that's what he said about that. And then let me see if it is speech. All right, let's see. Oh, wow. I wrote Obama scolds black men who support Trump over Harris. That was actually put up on Politico. So, yeah, he is scolding them. I was like, oh, I put that in the search and videos came up. Obama scolds black men for being misogynistic. I wish I just had a short clip of, let me see if I have it on, maybe it's on Twitter. Because he gave it from the podium too. He did the same kind of thing. Yeah, I have this. Oh, there's the. Oh, this is longer. Okay, that's good. Oh, I see. Can't find the clip of it. Somebody talking about it, looks like. Let's see if the sound works.
I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you.
He starts doing a black print too.
And pain and joy that comes
with being black
from those experiences. He said to work harder and do more and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land.
Governor Walz, according to Politico, is going to be going out on a mentor, literally a tour of media to appeal to men.
They need to appeal to the needs of the voters. And so when I was a delegate for President Obama in both of his elections in Ohio, right now the vice president is down 11 points in Ohio, even though I fully expect President Trump to take Ohio as he did twice, but to be down 11 points compared to President Biden, that is a problem.
Oh, that's
but
old.
This other issue I want to bring up is a problem too. Why?
That's really old. Sorry for bringing you old clips. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's weird. It still says I'm sharing this other screen. Weird. So anyway, those are some clips of Obama talking about black voters. He did it from the stage too. But here's another. Maybe it'll be in this clip. Let me see. Share that. All right, turn it on.
I mean, this is a political party that thinks gender is just a state of mind, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh my God, we have trouble with moderate biological males." I mean, who is surprised about this? Yeah, I think Democratic Party elites like Obama and like others have been viciously attacking Donald Trump since 2016, and everything they've said about him is what they have always said about him. And I don't think it's particularly effective right now. I think their problem isn't attacking Trump. Their problem is finding reasons to give people to support Kamala Harris. This stop he made in this plea he's making to African-American men. I mean, he said today he insulted them. I mean, he first of all admits that they're not enthusiastic about her. He said, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president, and you're coming up with other alternatives and reasons for that. And I think one thing we've seen about Democrats over the years is that when they can't convince you to do something, they begin to insult you. Obama specifically, when he was having trouble with rural voters in Pennsylvania, go back all the way into his campaigns, he insulted them about their culture and values. I don't think it's
guns and Bibles
to insult a group of people who are already not enthusiastic about your campaign. But I think that's what he did today. The story tonight is they're struggling with men. Obama's insulting men, and they're out saying, well, let's fix it by sending Tim Walz out and hiring Mitt Romney. It's crazy to me.
I'm sorry. This is not a campaign strategy to name Mitt Romney the Secretary of State.
Are you agreeing?
I don't
This is a suggestion in a report.
Exactly. I don't think I don't think we should force any candidate to name who their cabinet is prior to even winning. I think they should be out there talking to voters.
I totally agree with that.
See, wow,
complete agreement
Scott
with that.
Giddings, Ashley Allison agree.
So they're having this guy on. CNN is introducing some more right-wing characters. This guy is on all the time now. So I guess he used to be a Mitch McConnell advisor or something. But he's definitely highly critical of Kamala Harris, and CNN is being more critical of her. She's not doing well. Let me see what the latest polls are. Thanks for tuning in. Got a few people here. It's Friday. You guys having a drink or anything, or a smoke? Are they going to make weed legal? Did they already do that? Oh, Harris wins. Yesterday, I was looking at the odds on 538 blog, and she was ahead 55 to 45, but now she's ahead 53 to 47. So that changed in their simulations on 538. And then this is on Predict It. He's ahead 54 to 51. Yes, it's weird that it adds up to more than 100, different than Predict It. And then what are the latest polls? National polls. Yeah, Harris is only ahead by less than 2 points. The average has her ahead by less than 2 points. I think I heard that she has to be ahead by at least 3. So yeah, she's just sliding. It looks like Trump's going to win. I might have to bet on it. But I don't know how to do that if I can't load the freaking website. Super weird. Polymarket.com. It just doesn't load. I don't know what the hell. Something weird with, I don't know if my security settings or just won't load in Google Chrome. Or maybe it'll load on my phone and then I can connect a wallet from my phone. That's what I'll try to do. Maybe I'll bet on Trump just for the fun of it. Just because it was always part of the show. All right, so we checked those. We checked polls. We played Obama. I know we said something from the stage too, but I have black guys saying they support Trump on the street. I have this.
About to vote? Yeah. Who you voting for? Trump. Come on, bro. Harris does backwards, bro. What? Harris. Man, we not voting for that, man. We voting for Trump, man. And who you voting for, Trump or Kamala? Man, Trump. We ain't that Indian ass man. Who, Kamala? Yeah, we ain't. Why you don't fuck with her? Cause she fuck with them immigrants. I'm black. So why you ride with Trump so much? Them Venezuelans taking all our bread. Hey, Trump or Kamala?
Shit, Trump, to be honest.
Why Trump though?
He used to keep immigrants out, so we was able for us to get jobs. It's hard for us to get jobs now, shit, because immigrants taking over. And they do it better than us though, but they taking our.
So this election around, you voted for Trump?
He's like, they are better workers than we are. See, people do think about race. Like, oh, they are better workers, but still. And remember that everybody said Trump said it's bad for black jobs. Well, it is. It's kind of true. Like whoever's at the bottom of the totem pole doesn't want somebody coming up like right over them. You know what I mean? You don't want to have as much competition. Thanks, Job for 9 for the $5 super chat. It says if you can throw some shekels to Nate, thank you for that. That's it. If you can, comma, throw some shekels to Nate. Yes, that's Jewish money, shekels. Thank you for that, Job for 9. I appreciate it. Yeah, you can also go to. I'm not even running a banner for our store yet. I'm going to be doing an ad for the store shortly. Go to our store. You can also go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. You can also do Cash App, $LTV411. Yeah, if you want to support the show. I did it every day this week. Monday through Friday.
Hell yeah, fuck Camilla, fuck. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not for her. Her Venezuelans, for them. That's over with. I don't with her.
Like, what would make you want to vote for Kamala?
I ain't gonna lie. We was the last 2 people on earth. Still wouldn't do that shit. Damn. Bro, great.
It's like that.
Yeah, it's like that. I don't with her.
I go with Trump. She ain't no good. I'll put it like that. So whoever wanna believe and go with her, check her history. Y'all turn around then.
So you wouldn't vote for a black woman? It's gonna be the first black woman in office.
Let me tell you something, man. Ain't no man is gonna listen to no woman. Period. Not in y'all country or my country or another country. There's no man gonna listen to no woman.
I mean, but we can make history,
man. We could, but it's not gonna be history, bro. That's gonna start World War III soon as she get in.
Kamala or Trump? Trump?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Kamala till it's backwards,
Man,
bro.
what you Kamala, we voting for Trump, but what are you talking about? You know damn well we don't Kamala. Trump.
Why, bro?
Give out free stamps and everything. You tweaking.
Yeah, that's how you feel.
Do us. You tweaking.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I vote Kamala.
Man, we you and Kamala.
Come on, bro. I can't even have my opinion. Damn, bro.
Bro, you voted for you, so you with that all them Venezuelans. You with all that goofy.
Yeah.
Nah, ain't no yeah. That's why I shit up because of you.
So there you go. Thanks, Job for 9. Thanks for the extra super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. God bless you. It says, please smash the like. Yeah, smash the like button, everybody. And check out our shirts. I'll do an ad for our shirts. I do it about halfway through the show. Check out our shirts at truthclothing.io. And many of them are selling out. Many of them are sold out in your size already. But get them while you still can. Certain things, propaganda hoodies are just about sold out. Lift the Veil Never Normal shirts, which I've been wearing on most shows, are mostly sold out. But we have a few left. We also have Freedom of Face, Freedom of Voice. We have Nassim shirts, which are amazing in a women's style, just the women's left. And we only have a few. We only have like 2, so I don't know what size it is. But anyway, check it out. Check out our crypto shirts, truthclothing.io, and then go to sale. And we also have the Question Everything shirts too. Last American Vagabond. Question Everything. Those shirts are all on sale too. So people have been taking advantage of it. It's clearing out our stock room, which I'm doing the show from. And you can see shelves there, over there. You can see shelves right behind me. IWTC says make a mostly sold out shirt. Yeah, well, this one has been sold out for a long time. This one says mostly real. Yeah. Kenny tells me to wear different shirts to promote them, but I shouldn't promote shirts that are actually sold out. Thanks, Pantera, for the $2 super sticker. We're having a big money-raising show, it seems like. There's a guy that said he got fired Guy that said if men don't vote for Kamala, they should be lined up and shot. Sticking on the men theme.
Guys are smarter than girls. You got some serious problems. That's what frustrates me. There are going to be some males in our society that will refuse to vote for a potential female president because they don't think females are smart enough to be president.
No.
We could line all those guys up and shoot them. They clearly don't understand the way the world works.
I skipped the good part.
We could line all those guys up and shoot them. They clearly don't understand the way the world works. Did I say that? Scratch that from the recording. I don't want the deans hearing that I said that. Guys are smarter than girls. You got some
Oops,
serious.
he got caught. The dean caught him and he got fired, apparently. Which actually, I don't agree with him getting fired, to be honest. I mean, he said something, he immediately regretted it. I mean, do you have to lose your job for saying, like, that's the thing. People are too sensitive all around, I think. Even Republicans, because they'll just turn it on people, you know, which basically is what happened. Libs of TikTok tagged the university and was like, are you okay with this? I know it's using their own tactics against them, the cancellation tactics, but I really don't like it. He expressed his political opinion. So what? If he liked Trump, people would be, you know, although if it was the other way around, I mean, there would be uproar. You know, God. If it was the other way around, it was a Trump supporting professor, there would probably be real uproar. It would be on the news and stuff. Oh my God, Trump supporter promoting violence. So I agree with that. There is the double standard, but still, I don't know if he had to lose his job, really. So there's that. I have Kamala Harris's flip-flop. Remember, we're going to talk a little bit about robots. I'll show you a robot bartender. I have a commercial from Donald Trump. I have Kamala Harris flip-flopping. I have Cenk Uygur saying that the polls aren't looking good. I can play that.
Because new polls are out and it doesn't look good for Kamala Harris. I have not been this worried in a long time. So we don't have a lot of time left. We have less than a month left, and she's now losing in almost all the swing states. Look, I'm telling you this, not again to ha-ha or whatever. I'm telling you because the pundits are almost always wrong. They never come back and tell you, oh, yeah, we got it wrong, etc. They don't tell you oftentimes ahead of time. They do Monday morning quarterback. They've, you know, all those different things that they do wrong. The reason I tell you guys stuff ahead of time is so you can see whether I'm right or not. So you can see whether you should trust our analysis of what is reality, not what we want, but what is reality. So that's why in that context, let me tell you, 4 days ago, this weekend on October 5th, I wrote, I think Trump is going to retake the lead. Kamala started playing prevent defense with too small a lead by having her surrogates tell everyone how pro-business she is. She accidentally gave up the mantle of the change candidate. That's what's going to decide this election.
There you go. Change candidate. Okay, he brought that up. So I'll play the Tim Walz. Let me see. I haven't found that one yet. The Tim Walz. Yes, here it is. I got it. Answering once again about what this is a different clip. There was another clip. I thought they were the same clip. I think there were two clips from the same interview. Yes, I have it right here. I had it saved for you guys. Here's Tim Walz. He got asked whether they would do anything different.
Vice President Harris was asked this week on The View if she would have done anything differently than President Biden, with President Biden, that he has done in the past 4 years. And she said, quote, there is not a thing that comes to mind. And she later said she would have a Republican in her cabinet.
Yeah.
And when it comes to President Biden and the presidency, would you see anything that you would have done differently?
Yeah, and look, as a governor, I was asked to be governor of this state when Donald Trump was president and when Joe Biden was there. And I watched Donald Trump dismiss the COVID pandemic. I watched him drive an economy into the ground. And I watched Joe Biden and Kamala Harris pick those pieces up. And I think for all of us, we make decisions, we reanalyze afterwards. I think the thing that drew me to this ticket, and I think what the vice president's talking about, is that her values on these hasn't changed. They have been working for the middle class. They've been doing all they can to make sure prices come down. They're protecting reproductive care.
So it makes me want to ask you, do you think that Biden's done everything right?
Well, look, I don't know if any of us do everything right, but I can tell you he's done everything in the best interest of the American public.
It's weird. It's weird. They're getting picked apart by the mainstream media for saying this. It's weird they wouldn't change strategy. It's like they have bad people advising them. Pick a few things that could have gone better. I mean, for me, it's like I first think of the Afghanistan withdrawal. It's like that definitely didn't go according to plan. So maybe you would have done that a little differently in retrospect. You can say, oh, you know, he was working on the best information he had at the time, but obviously in retrospect, considering what happened and soldiers died and stuff, we maybe could have handled that a little bit better. I don't know. That's the thing. That's what comes to mind for me. And I don't see how that's throwing Biden under the bus. They're just super worried about throwing Biden under the bus because he stepped aside, and like they owe their whole campaign on Joe Biden stepping aside. But still, it's a bad strategy. It's not going well for them. I think it's one of the reasons that they're not polling so well. Even though Donald Trump is being mean, Donald Trump apparently is being mean now to Kamala Harris, and that's turning off women. And he mentions it in his speeches. He's like, oh, they say women won't like it because I'm mean. But he is being mean to Kamala Harris. He's calling her a dummy and stuff. But that's the way he is. And I don't think people care that much. I'll show you this ad. I don't know if I've even watched it. Here's a new ad out from Donald.
Yeah, I am radical. We need to get radical about what we are doing and take it seriously. As President of the United States, I am prepared to get rid of the filibuster to pass a Green New Deal. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program.
I believe it will totally eliminate private insurance.
Let's eliminate all of that. But would you support changing the dietary guidelines? Yes. You know, the food pyramid. But people yes. To reduce red meat specifically. Yes, I would.
Reduce red meat. Yeah.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
Where do you stand on defund the police?
This whole movement is about rightly saying we need to take a look at these budgets.
Harris asserted that ICE is perceived as the modern-day Ku Klux Klan.
Are you aware that there's a perception?
No.
Are you aware that there's a
that
perception?
puts ICE in the same category as the KKK? Is that what you're asking me? I see no parallel.
I'm not finished.
I see none.
And yeah, I am radical. We need to get radical about what we are doing.
Failed, weak, dangerously liberal. That's what it said. So I think that could be an effective ad. She has said things that are much more radical than what she's trying to. She's just a puppet. She just says what she's told. Even more than Joe Biden. Joe Biden, I think, was obstinate about a lot of stuff. She just, I don't know. Here's her flip-flopping on a bunch.
I intend on extending a tax cut, repealing that tax bill that they just passed. And also looking at estate taxes are going to have to go up.
Everything from a 70 to 80% tax rate.
I think that's fantastic. I made that very clear in 2020. I will not ban fracking. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
She was big on defund the police.
For too long, the status quo thinking has been you get more safety by putting more cops on the street. Well, that's wrong.
She was the border czar. She doesn't want to be called the border czar because she's embarrassed by the border.
I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals. That's correct.
Abolish ICE.
Yeah, we need to probably think about starting from scratch.
She is Biden. The worst inflation we've ever had. A horrible economy because inflation has made it so bad.
Bidenomics is working. It's working. And then this business about taking everyone's guns away. Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away. So stop with the continuous lying about this stuff. We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program. My agenda includes attempting to get Congress to act, but if they don't within the first 100 days of my administration, I'm going to take executive action. Well, first of all, I absolutely support, and over the last 4 years as vice president, private healthcare options.
I believe it will totally eliminate private insurance.
Let's eliminate all of that. Let's move on.
There you go. That's a TikTok ad, I guess. Pretty good, pretty effective. I think the ads they're running are pretty effective. Okay, I'm almost at robots. Oh, I just have a crazy woke ad. I think it's for the WNBA. I'll play you this clip of Tim Walz. I'll go back to that interview with ABC with Tim Walz, actually, and then I'll show you this woke ad for the WNBA.
They were saying that, hey, these are policies that Kamala Harris could have done 3 years ago when she was in the White House with President Biden, and she never did. What do you say to people who bring that up? Who say that?
Well, Donald Trump had 4 years to do it, if you're going to talk about that. And what the point is, you need a partner in Congress. You've seen these. We've seen different bills that are ready to pass, and Donald Trump makes sure he steps in. We saw it around immigration, a bipartisan bill, widely respected, wanting to make a difference in this, holding true to our values, securing the border. Donald Trump steps in and says, look, that's going to hurt my political future. Let's not make it happen.
They were saying that,
there you go.
Hey, these are policies that come.
So that's the way he answered the question about the last 4 years. Why didn't she do the things she said she's talking about now? Okay, so I got that. I got robots coming out. I got somebody having a conversation with a robot. Okay, I have that. Let's see. I was going to show you the woke WNBA. Oh, I have to show you this thing. Well, apparently, Kamala Harris did with the hurricane relief, where she had a photo op staged. Here's this clip.
And then also from that video, I started getting a lot of messages like to my Instagram from like actual like aircraft commanders, like squadron commanders.
No kidding.
I had a squadron commander from North Carolina reach out to me. They had to load a C-17 full of supplies just to take a photo op for Kamala. And they never sent the bird.
Wait a minute, what?
They loaded an entire C-17 full of supplies for the hurricane victims just for Kamala to go there, take a photo, take a video, and they never sent the C-17. It was just a full.
Serious?
Yeah, that was a National Guard, North Carolina National Guard unit. That was a 06 that reached out to me. And then I had another.
He reached out to you to tell you that they did a photo op and with the intention of never sending.
Never sent it. It was just a photo op. And then also from that video, I started getting a lot of messages.
So apparently that's true. That's from a podcast. What is it from? Let me see. Hodge Twins. That's who posted it, but I don't think that's whose podcast it is. Okay, here's a woke. This is a woke ad. WNBA playoffs are going on right now. Apparently, a lot of people are watching the WNBA. Women's sports is becoming more popular. It's not as good as men's sports in most cases, although there are sports that women play that are pretty good, like volleyball, I find watchable. Tennis, for sure, even though it didn't used to be. Now they hit the ball so freaking hard that women's tennis is pretty good. But basketball and stuff, basketball and soccer, football, not so much. But anyway, here's an ad. Here's like a woke ad, I guess. People say it's peak wokeness. Oops. Sound went out. Patriarchy. Your sound went out. I gotta fix it. Okay, here we go.
Today I have a presentation on dynasties. But I refuse to talk about the ancient history and drama. That's just the patriarchy. Instead, I'm going to talk about a dynasty that I actually look up to. An all-women dynasty. Women of color. Gay women. Women who fight for social justice. Women with a jump shot. A dynasty that makes your favorite men's basketball, football, and baseball teams look like amateurs. A dynasty with fire braids. A dynasty with sick style. A dynasty with crazy dimes. A dynasty that makes Alexander the Great look like Alexander the... Okay. The dynasty that's been reigning for the past 25 years. Undefeated since '96. The USA basketball women's national team. 7-time consecutive gold medalist. And most importantly, women that make it possible for girls like me to feel like they can be a part of whatever dynasty they want. The greatest dynasty ever.
I don't know, man. It's not that bad. They're trying to promote women USA. It is cool. I mean, people should take pride that USA women win everything. And that's why, like, other countries got much better at soccer, at football. I usually call it football, but because it seems to fit the sport. All right, let me see. So that was an ad. I don't know. I just played it. I have the robots making drinks. I have this guy having a conversation. Here's the introduction of the robots. I'll show you that. Let me show you the introduction of the robots.
A robot with arms and legs instead of a robot with wheels. And we've made a lot of progress with Optimus. And as you can see, we started up with someone in a robot suit, sort of that. And then we've progressed dramatically year after year. So if you extrapolate this, you're really going to have something spectacular. Something that anyone could own. So you can have your own personal R2-D2 C-3PO. But fundamentally, at scale, the Optimus robot, you should be able to buy an Optimus robot for, I think, probably $20,000 to $30,000 long term. So, and what can it do? It'll be able to do anything you want. So it can be a teacher, babysit your kids. It can walk your dog, mow your lawn, get the groceries, just be your friend, serve drinks, whatever you can think of, it will do. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. I think this will be the biggest product ever of any kind. Yeah.
Biggest product ever of any kind. He might be right. That's what's crazy.
Because I think
it's hard to have
of
the
the
biggest
8 billion
product
people of
cost.
Earth, I think everyone's going to want their Optimus buddy. And there's going to be maybe 2. And then they'll be producing products and services. I predict, actually, provided we address risks of digital superintelligence, 80% probability of a good outcome. Look on the bright side. The cup is 80% full.
He's doing a lot
cost
of Botox,
products and
I think.
services will decline dramatically, and basically anyone will be able to have any products and services they want. One of the things we wanted to show tonight was that Optimus is not a canned video. It's not walled off. The Optimus robots will walk among you. Please be nice to the Optimus robots. So you'll be able to walk right up to them, and they'll serve drinks at the bar.
Yeah, so I have him serving drinks and everything. Elon posted that on his own Twitter. There's this guy actually having a conversation. It's actually kind of, I thought there must be a person. Apparently this is somebody having a conversation with the robot. I'll play that first. So it's going to be like $20,000 or $30,000 once it gets up to scale. So the first ones will be hundreds of, maybe 100,000. I don't know. The first ones are going to be expensive, I would think. But yeah, You can see the reasons to get one, but really the reasons to get one is like if you can do laundry and fold shirts, then wouldn't you just put it into business doing laundry and folding shirts? I mean, that's what's the game theory about the robots, is that somebody will buy up all the robots and have them, doing stuff and making money, doing manual labor. You could buy a fleet of robots and then send them out and do a bunch of jobs for you. But I'm thinking of something simple like folding shirts or doing laundry. They'll put it at the laundromat. If you can do laundry, put it at the laundromat. I mean, basically, these robots, it looks like they can do things. It's built. I mean, they could just take over every job, pretty much. I know we had an industrial revolution before, and it all worked out, sort of, for people, and people found new jobs, and they stopped farming, and maybe it'll be a new kind of revolution. We'll have new kinds of jobs, but it's weird.
Optimus.
Listen to this. This is crazy.
Talking. I had my friend John. John? Where's John? Right here. Oh, hello, John. How are you? That's crazy. I'm talking to a robot. From San Jose. Probably from where you were born in Silicon Valley.
Wonderful. Where do you live in San Jose? Do you live in Almond Valley or do you live in Santa Teresa area?
No, I live in Los Gatos.
Los Gatos. Oh, wonderful. Very
Yeah.
Nice area.
Where do you live?
Beautiful hiking I hear out there.
There is. Where do you live?
I live in Palo Alto at the current moment.
Figures. Yeah, this is awesome.
That's where they train us. That's where we get our builds, and that's where we work with a wonderful group of people.
What's the hardest thing about being a robot?
Trying to learn how to be as human as you guys are. And that's something I try harder to do every day, and I hope that you will help us become that.
Well, awesome. Nice to meet you, Optimus.
You as well.
It seems like it must be a person. It acts so much like a person. It seemed to me, I was like, there's no way that's the robot talking. Sounds like a human trying to make a good impression. An awkward human, basically. I'll play you some more videos of people with the Optimus robots. Here's one pouring a drink. It doesn't crush the glass, which would have been a problem with robots before.
See that? Yes. You want to get a photo? Yeah, for sure. Let's do it. Little video. Hey. Sweet. Thanks, man. Bro. Appreciate it. Of course, anytime. All right. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Doing good. Peace, everybody. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Nice. I love the change. How's everybody doing?
Doing good.
All right. Then step right up.
Can I have a watermelon fogarita?
A watermelon?
Yeah.
Or skin?
Hey, what's up?
It's not super fast. Humans are still a little quicker.
How am I doing so far?
Killing it.
Thank you so much.
It's weird. Oh, you can't shake the feeling that it's a human inside of a robot suit. That's the feeling I get. I'm like, no, that's got to be a person playing that, acting like a robot. Here's another one where it checks ID. Oops, I'm not showing it. Damn.
Just place it under my thumb.
I was just being silent and nobody was telling me. For many seconds, you were just staring at me staring. Weird.
Can you read? I don't know. Can you read? What's his name?
You're weird.
I read California.
Oh, okay. How old is he?
Unfortunately, I don't want to say.
Yeah. Lay down some.
Woo! I'll let you slide this time.
Thank you.
What drink were you thinking?
I'll have you watermelon.
Watermelon?
Yeah.
Coming right up.
Thank you.
That's crazy.
All right, man.
How are they not going to?
Who's buying chairs tomorrow?
It's crazy to me that Tesla stock was down after this. Like people actually thought this was bad. Seems like a pretty impressive demonstration. And then you didn't even see the car driving.
Looks like you got a
But yeah, it's this 2-door car. I'll show you Elon getting in. I'll show you the beginning of the thing. This is the car that he's gonna make. Oh, sound went out. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'll show it again. This was the beginning of his presentation. I'm talking into no mic. Sorry. I muted my mic. I didn't unmute it. Sorry, guys. I was just saying we were just wrapping up the show. Sorry about that. I was on mute for a while. Yeah. That's not so good for the podcast. Is Hoax Wars coming live tonight? Probably. It's Friday Night Hoax Wars. He's on YouTube. So you can check that out. And that's it for now. I was saying I might come back on the weekend if I get bribed. And I was checking my Buy Me a Coffees to see if anybody was bribing me. You can hit that Buy Me a Coffee up anytime, even after the show. buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. And thanks for the super chats today. Appreciate it. Thanks for being supportive. Appreciate you guys. You guys are cool. You guys help bring joy into my life. So I will see you at the next one. It might be this weekend. I might be streaming more this weekend. So for now, that's what it is.